Right now at 6, authorities make an arrest following a police standoff in a Joplin neighborhood.
We've got scattered showers across the southern half of our area to start our Christmas Eve day. How long are they going to last? Well, we'll look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, area law enforcement has some advice for post-holiday trash disposal.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is now, of course, Christmas Eve
Yes,
morn.
it is morn.
Morning.
Good morn to you, too.
Yeah.
Oh, Christmas
boy,
Eve. Be
it
excited.
is.
It's
You got to
good.
have some fun.
Yeah.
We got to, I mean, you know, the bosses are gone tomorrow, so it's even more reason to have a lot more fun.
Uh-oh.
Okay? I'm just
scary.
saying. Not like we
Coming
don't
from
have
him,
enough.
that's scary.
But, yeah, it could be a great Christmas. We're going to try and help you celebrate, but we
Yes.
also got to get through today. A lot of folks like us got to
Yep.
work today. Some folks even have to work tomorrow. But let's get you out the door. And we're going to start with a look outside. There it is. That's from our camera in downtown Pittsburgh. Roads are wet. We got some rain showers around the Pittsburgh area as well. Taking a look at the MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line in Joplin. Rain beginning to resume a bit in the city. And the roads, of course, still wet from the rain overnight. In fact, I just saw a raindrop fall right behind me from the camera here, 20th and Range Line. All right, Skywatch Storm Tracker. There's what we're looking at. We've got rain. Again, roughly the southern half of our area. Heavier showers down in the northwestern Arkansas and then along the I-40 corridor, but that's really about it out there in terms of heavier rain. We're not really looking at too much, and this rain will begin to exit the region as we head into the afternoon from west to east, and in fact could get some clearing. Chanute, Fredonia, Yates Center, the northwestern corners of our viewing area. Maybe not in time for too much sunlight, but you'll at least briefly have some clearing skies before these clouds will retreat back to the northwest overnight tonight, leaving us cloudy, maybe even some patchy fog. As of right now, we do have some patchy fog out there, some reduced visibility, some that's even just from the drizzle itself. 49 Joplin, 45 Pittsburgh, raining in both of those locations. The Highway 54 corridor is the cool spot this morning, or the cool zone rather. So we're in the low 40s up there, but you start heading further south, we get into the upper 40s, and just like yesterday, Miami, the warm spot at 50 degrees. We're looking at highs today about 50, so maybe some upper 40s, maybe some low 50s. Rain through the morning, chances winding down through the afternoon. Mostly cloudy initially in the evening, clouds increasing overnight tonight, but we are expecting to be dry tonight. We'll have a look at your travel forecast for today if you are, if you haven't left yet. And of course, your Christmas Day forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Authorities have a suspect in custody after a standoff yesterday in Joplin. Joplin police were working off of information that a wanted person was inside a home in the Fairview neighborhood. Now, around 2 yesterday afternoon, they surrounded the home and asked neighbors to stay indoors. About an hour later, SWAT arrived and started calling for a suspect to come outside. Authorities say they deployed a robot, and KOAM Shannon Becker saw a drone above the home. After gas was deployed into the home, a woman came out of the house late yesterday afternoon. Then yesterday evening, authorities continued to use gas until a suspect came out. Police say his name is Timothy Adams, and he was wanted on felony warrants in Barton and Jasper County, and also felony probation and parole warrant. A single vehicle crash claims the life of a Pittsburgh high school senior. The crash happened yesterday evening on South Rouse near Adams Street. Now, according to the Pittsburgh Fire Department, the vehicle driven by 17-year-old Nathan Brown was traveling north when it left the roadway and struck a tree, catching on fire. The fire crews were first on the scene and confirmed that Nathan was entrapped in the vehicle and began putting out the fire. After the fire was extinguished, the victim was confirmed deceased at the scene. The fire department, police, Crawford County EMS, and Kansas Highway Patrol responded. There were no other occupants with Nathan, and it is unknown why he left the road. USD 250 Monday night sent a news release to families and staff following the crash, saying, quote, It is with heavy hearts that we share the passing of Nathan Brown, a senior at PHS. Nathan was involved in a fatal car accident on the evening of December 23rd, 2024. Nathan was a vital piece of our school community, and we know this loss may raise many emotions, concerns, and questions for our entire district, especially our students. Additional counseling and support will be available to our students and staff upon their return to school on January 6th, end quote. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Bourbon County Commissioners last night approved some plans relating to the new Freeman Health System location in Fort Scott. The location will open by June 1st. The county plans to donate some medical equipment to the hospital, such as scales, ultrasound systems, incubators, x-ray systems, and more. The ER location and an acute care hospital will be inside the Old Mercy building. Law enforcement in Southwest Missouri wants to remind people to be careful when throwing out your boxes and trash after unwrapping your Christmas presents. They could say it's best to break down those boxes and put them in opaque trash bags or inside the bin. They warn one man's trash could be a would-be robber's treasure.
Trash fills up with all the wrapping, boxes, stuff like that, so you leave the big boxes outside your trash can. Want to discourage that a little bit so the criminals don't know exactly what new items are in your house. You're basically advertising you just got a brand new 70-inch TV if you're leaving the box out on the curb.
Also consider taking your boxes to a local recycling center, and if someone is going through your trash, you can call 911. Officers will investigate if the person is doing more than collecting items, causing a disturbance, or tossing trash in the street or yard. And with the holiday season, it comes family traditions, many of which may involve candy. Now, according to the National Confectioners Association, more than 90% of Americans will celebrate the holidays with chocolate and candy. Now, for many families, candy at Christmas is more about tradition than what's going into stockings. Now, from candy canes to chocolate Santas, Spencer's Sweets calls in Webb City is just one store trying to make the holiday season extra sweet.
There's a certain look that people get in their eyes when they have something that they really like. Their eyes light up, and that's what makes it all worthwhile.
According to the National Confectioners Association, consumers are expected to spend more than $7 billion on sweet treats this holiday season. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes, coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Well, Walmart is facing a new lawsuit for illegally opened bank accounts for over 1 million of its drivers. Plus, millions of Americans hit the road for another record-breaking holiday travel year. And Chris Warner returns with another look at your Tuesday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Well, topping Nation Watch this morning, the Container Store has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Now, it's the latest retailer impacted by customers cutting back on discretionary spending. The 46-year-old company has $230 million in debt with nearly $12 million in cash on hand. Now, thanks to the filing, it will receive $40 million in fresh financing. In a statement, the Container Store said bankruptcy protection will help bolster its financial position, fuel growth initiatives, and drive enhanced long-term profitability. Now, the retailer's 102 locations and website will remain open for orders during the process. Once Chapter 11 is complete, the Container Store plans to emerge as a private company. Well, Walmart is facing a new lawsuit from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The retailer giant and financial technology company Branch Messenger are accused of forcing more than 1 million gig workers to use expensive deposit accounts to access their paychecks. This involves independent contractors who drove for the Walmart Spark platform, rather. The complaint announced Monday says the accounts were opened without authorization and drivers were allegedly told they could lose their jobs for not using the accounts. Accessing earnings involved a complex process and sometimes delays, according to the lawsuit. It's Christmas Eve, and that means millions of Americans are dashing off around the country to see friends and family today, adding to what is expected to be yet another record-breaking year for holiday travel. But winter weather could disrupt some people's trips in the Northeast, while strong winds and heavy rain slammed the West Coast. Leah Mishkin has more.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas at airports across the U.S.
The one thing I'm looking forward to is being there already.
AAA expects more than 119 million people will travel at least 50 miles from home over the year-end holiday period, with the majority, 90%, driving. But for some people who are taking to the skies instead of the road, it's the packing that's causing a travel pain.
Unfortunately, overpacking has gotten me down.
Yeah, it's worse than I expected. So feeling a little slightly panicked.
Some airports called in essential volunteers to help tackle this busy time of year.
When a lot of people, this is their first time to travel, or they don't travel very often and it's extra stressful, we want to be there to make it a little bit easier.
Other passengers are getting by knowing they'll soon be reunited with family and friends.
I'm bringing my girlfriend to kind of meet the other side of my culture.
Or knowing they're getting closer to a much-needed vacation.
I'm a full-time teacher, so I'm just trying to be on the beach and chill.
This family was heading to Disney World and had these wise travel tips.
Go with the flow, absolutely bring the grandparents, and just, make the most of it and go at the pace of the slowest one in your party.
And another smart travel tip, leave as early as possible if you can. It might just help you avoid some lines and a major travel headache. Leah Mishkin, CBS News.
And in some good news for travelers, this is the first holiday season that airlines are now required to give customers an automatic cash refund for a canceled or significantly delayed flight. Although experts advise opting to get rebooked if that's an option, because doing it yourself could be pricey this time of year. And that's a look at some of today's top national stories. Here's Chris with a look at your forecast.
Yeah, we're looking at the Skywatch storm tracker. We've got some showers again, southern half of our area, and these are continuing to lift off to the east-northeast with heavier rain staying to our south. We'll have another look at your Christmas Eve forecast and how Christmas Day is shaping up here in just a few more minutes.
Arizona enjoys balmy days throughout the holiday season, but in one Mesa community, it's a winter wonderland. Now, each year, neighbors come together to create over-the-top holiday displays. They include giant inflatables, strings of lights connecting all of their homes, and even a snow machine. Casey Torres shows us how the tradition got started.
Snow far, snow good at the Santa Rita Ranch community in Mesa. A good way to describe it?
Maybe like a winter wonderland chaos.
Osage Avenue, bringing the Christmas spirit to the boys and girls of the valley for 4 years since Brittany Rowley moved in and started going all out for spooky season.
Halloween meets Christmas. This all started with a skeleton, so we've kind of carried that tradition over into Christmas.
Now a string of overhead lights connects to all of her neighbors' homes that take part in turning their street into a winter wonderland. Rowley and neighbors say hundreds of people check out their homes every week.
It makes me feel happy that a lot of people are seeing what we do.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love seeing the little children.
There's lots for people to see. Inflatables, big and small, thousands of lights, huge ornaments and presents, and of course, skeletons out on Rowley's front yard. If you ask visitors, they would agree this neighborhood is slaying it.
I think my ultimate goal is just to bring people together, just past differences and stuff like that, and just to celebrate and be happy.
Now, Rowley said they will start breaking down the decorations during the first week of January. Now let's check in with Chris for a quick look at your forecast.
As we mentioned, scattered showers out there, wet roadways as well. Another full look at your forecast is right after this. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News 621 on this Tuesday, Christmas Eve morning. And we have got the Skywatch Storm Tracker up and running because we've got showers in roughly the southern half of our area right now. We're starting in Missouri. We've got rain rolling through Joplin, Carthage, Neosho, Pineville, Anderson, Cassville, Wilmette, Mount Vernon. You got to get the idea. We got a fair amount of rain across southwestern Missouri. And some more moderate rainfall around Cassville and then the southern portions of Berry and McDonald counties out there. Heading off to Kansas, out to the west, starting to clear out. So Chautauqua County, just a couple of showers southeast of Sedan, and that as you head eastward, a couple of stray showers north of Independence, around Coffeyville, following 166 around Oswego, shower on the south side of Parsons, and then into Cherokee County, Columbus, Baxter Springs, Galena, Riverton getting rain. Miami, you're back in it. Grove, you are about to be out of some of it. Jay, you have a few stray sprinkles to your west. Veneta in a bit of a rain bubble. We go back to Newada, same situation. Bartlesville, though, still getting some rain. We'll have all this rain in our area. It's lifting almost east-northeast. If you watch it here, you can see it kind of trying to go a little northeasterly, but then off to our south where some of the heavier rain is along the I-40 corridor, it is moving almost due east at this point. So if you are traveling this morning, this will be I-40 from Oklahoma City to Fort Smith and then down toward Little Rock as well. On to the future track we go, and by this afternoon, rain beginning to end from west to east across the area. At some of our northwestern counties, Yates Center, Fredonia, Chinook might even get a little bit of clear skies. Maybe not in time for some sunshine, but at least a few moments of clear skies before clouds lift back to the north and west, and we become cloudy overnight, maybe even some patchy fog overnight tonight into Christmas morning. Christmas Day looks to be cloudy, cool, but otherwise dry. Maybe a stray sprinkle here or there, but otherwise we're not looking at any kind of significant rainfall throughout the day. Christmas rain chances, though, will return as we head into Thursday morning across the area, and they'll stick with us for Thursday and for Friday. Quick look at temperatures. We got the cloudy skies. We got the rain falling in Joplin. In fact, you can see it falling right there. 49, wind is variable at 3, so the wind's again a bit easier. You saw visibility down to 3 miles. That's the thing, we do have some patchy fog out there already this morning. The Highway 54 corridor, again, where it is the coolest, into the low 40s. You get south of that, we're all into the upper 40s at this point. Miami has come back from 50 down to 48. Through the morning hours we go, scattered showers out there, just kind of hovering like we did yesterday into the upper 40s, and that's where our highs today are headed. Upper 40s, low 50s, an average of about 50, with those showers coming to an end at a northeast wind around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Into the evening, again, clouds thicken back up. Temperatures, it's a slow drop, but eventually low to mid 40s. Cloudy, maybe some patchy fog, northeast breeze at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. If you are traveling across the country, if for some reason you're leaving today, you never know, maybe you like that last minute rush for travel. Cold up north, 20s, international fall, 30s, Bismarck, and 40s into Montana. Rain showers along the west coast, Portland, San Francisco, down to Los Angeles. Not bad in the desert southwest, sunny. And as we head down to the south, thunderstorms if you're heading down toward the Dallas area, so do be aware of that. Warm, of course, down there. New Orleans looking great. Florida, yeah, it's going to be cloudy in Miami, but it's going to be 78. I think I'll take the clouds in the 78. Off into the New England states, though, cloudy and some wintry precipitation as well. Now, if you're traveling locally, rain. I-44 all the way back down toward Oklahoma City as we head into the afternoon, and then that rain continues to push off to the east, eventually getting to Little Rock. Dry, Wichita, Kansas City, Omaha, but a bit on the cold side, 37 in Omaha, 44 in Kansas City. As for our Christmas Day, highs, again, upper 40s, low 50s, cloudy skies, and maybe a stray sprinkle or two out there. Warm weather returns by Thursday. Weekend looks great. Great opportunity to play with those new toys. Kids can get outside and enjoy that. Cold front still comes in late Monday, and as we head into 2025, we start to see temperatures drop, and even though it's a ways away, something to keep an eye on, maybe some wintry weather by next Thursday. Let's check your forecast. We're going to send it over to Elise now with Health Watch.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, encouraging news about a new migraine drug. A study by the American Academy of Neurology found that the newly approved drug atogepant could take effect on the first day of illness. Now, many patients reported having one fewer migraine per week, and many current migraine medications take weeks or months to become effective. Well, states that legalized recreational or medicinal cannabis are seeing a rise in cannabis disorders and even cannabis poisoning. Now, both are the result of overconsumption of cannabis, and this study says these issues can put a burden on healthcare systems and suggests actions need to be taken to treat people with cannabis disorders. Well, drinking coffee and tea can lower your risk of certain kinds of cancer. A study published in the journal Cancer found regular coffee and tea drinkers had lower rates of head and neck cancer, including cancer of the oral cavity and throat cancer. But more research is needed on the reason for the connection. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, we'll hear what some four-staters think about the idea of Christmas regifting.
Now we've got scattered showers out there leading to wet roadways, so you'll want to slow down, be careful. We'll have a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, some area libraries celebrate the holiday season with some family fun activities.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:29. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is Tuesday, December the 24th. It is Christmas Eve.
Yes, it
Santa
is.
making his trip tonight. He's going to know who's been naughty or nice.
Yeah, you've had all year, so
Yeah.
you're going to get coal in your stocking. Or
You
under
have
the
to
tree.
remember, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good.
I like the silence after you're saying all of that.
It was this thing with Liam Neeson a while back
Yes.
on the Stephen Colbert Show. You'll have to go watch it. But it's funny, but true. Santa knows. So hopefully
Yes.
you've been good this year. And our weather, not so good this morning. I didn't make it. Remember that, please. I don't control it. If
Wait,
I
you
did,
don't make the weather?
I don't.
my gosh,
Believe
this
me,
is
I
worse for
tried
me.
because otherwise we'd have a white Christmas every year.
Yeah.
But not going to be the case this year. And we do have a bit of a rainy start to Christmas Eve. Quick look outside. Our camera in downtown Pittsburgh. You can see the wet roadways, and the rain is continuing to fall across the area as well this morning. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline in Joplin also showcasing wet roadways and rain falling from the sky. And that is also evident on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, really the southern half of our area getting in on the rain. The heavier rain staying off to our south and along the I-40 corridor. So maybe if you're traveling regionally today, do keep that in mind. This rain is continuing, and there's been some thunderstorm activity. You can see some lightning there, and there's even some lightning early this morning around the Fort Smith area, but nothing too much going on right now. For us, though, if you're staying local, rain will begin to end from west to east as we head into the afternoon and evening. Could even get some brief clearing in our northwestern counties before clouds retreat back to the northwest and end up giving us a cloudy Christmas Eve night. Right now, not bad. Temperatures could be colder. 49 in Joplin, 45 in Pittsburgh. The Highway 54 corridor, that's where the cooler temperatures are, low 40s. And as you head south of that, we start going mid and upper 40s across the region. Getting your day underway again. Showers through the morning. They'll begin to wrap up through the afternoon. Temperatures upper 40s, low 50s today. Mostly cloudy, at least for a bit this evening, before the clouds thicken back up again. Could even have some patchy fog tonight. We have some patchy fog this morning. So remember, slow down. Low beams, not your high beams. Fog lights if you have them. Just watch out. Of course, with slick roads this morning, even more reasons to slow down. We'll have a look at your travel forecast for today, plus your Christmas Day forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon, Chris. Thanks. While Chris tracks your weather, we have a way you can track Santa. Now, the Santa Tracker lets you track St. Nick as he makes his trip across the country. You can also check out the fun and games at the North Pole Village. Just head over to KOAMnewsnow.com/Santa. And if you're stuck with that ugly sweater your favorite aunt gave you this holiday season, don't sweat it. You can always pass it along to someone who will actually love it. According to a recent survey by Bankrate, 33% of Americans admit to regifting something they weren't totally in love with. And get this, 1 in 3 Americans think regifting holiday presents is totally acceptable. We visited North Park Mall in Joplin to find out what shoppers really think about this holiday tradition.
We don't do that. If she don't like it, we just regift her.
Oh no, not at all. I don't regift, no.
I think regifting's okay, but they're gonna like it.
According to the survey, 43% of Americans say they have unused gift cards. However, only 8% have regifted them. Well, yesterday, the Neosho Farmers Market debuted the Christmas Table Market. The event follows the success of last month's Thanksgiving Table Market. Now, once again, the community could take advantage of an opportunity to get pre-ordered holiday meal dishes such as entrees, sides, desserts, baked goods, and more, as well as shop for last-minute items for the family dinner table.
So like One Tree Farm, they're over by Seneca. They do a fantastic job. They do a fresh lemon curd they make homemade every single week, and they use their fresh eggs from their own farm and fresh lemons. And it's just a thing that you can use on yogurt parfaits we use in our store to just use in our own house on different stuff. And it's amazing what they can do with their fresh ingredients.
Shoppers could also enjoy a variety of market favorite ready-to-eat and drink items while they shopped. Well, the Nevada Public Library also got in on the spirit of the holiday yesterday. Visitors to the library took part in a family fun day, a mini workshop designed to create handmade crafts. Kids, teens, and families were all invited.
We invited families to join us for a holiday crafts and snacks event. We do this every year in hopes that families will find one of the days out from the school year break to just stop by the library, have some fun crafts and some snacks. And this year we even invited kids to make crafts that they can gift.
The library says the event provided a fun way for kids to take something home with them. The Coffeyville Public Library hosted a special winter break party for some area kids. It included holiday photos, hot cocoa, cookies, and games. The free event gave kids the opportunity to take part in seasonal fun activities close to home. It can be fun for the library staff as well.
To me, it's just the spirit of the season. I like doing this kind of thing. I love to see the kids smile and laugh and just be able to have a good time. There's not enough opportunities for joy for some of the kids, especially around here, and I think it's important to give them more of those.
The library says they try to provide free events all year for area children. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Honda and Nissan have formally agreed to hold talks over the next 6 months about a possible merger. And rain chances continue. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. And Consumer Watch this morning. Well, every year, Christmas markets pop up in town squares around the world, but the centuries-old tradition started in Germany. Tina Kraus takes us to one of the most famous festivals.
Holiday magic sparkles in the streets of Germany's historic city of Nuremberg this time of year. One of the world's oldest Christmas markets is once again serving up a seasonal smorgasbord of traditional favorites. And not just to Germans.
So this year there definitely seems to be a lot more Americans than usual.
Thomas Ladner flew in from Mississippi.
I think that it helps set the Christmas mood just because of how magical everything feels. Everybody's so friendly, the food is great.
This is Daniel Crocker's 10th time here.
There's nothing like this in Ohio. For Christmas markets, it's just wonderful. You can't compare it, really.
The medieval city has been hosting the festival for at least 400 years in this location and offers nearly 200 wooden stalls packed with handcrafted holiday gifts.
They sell everything, ornaments, food, Glühwein.
That famous spiced wine is one of the biggest sellers.
It warms you up, keeps your hands warm.
Along with Lebkuchen. The gingerbread cookies come in all shapes and sizes.
What have you bought so far?
Food, a lot of food.
Kartoffelpuffer got my attention as an Idaho native. Tasty potato pancakes served with applesauce.
Did it put you more in the spirit?
Absolutely it did. It's beautiful here. I really like seeing all the Christmas decorations with the trees, the German Christmas.
A festive flavor of Germany savored by holiday revelers from near and far. Tina Kraus, CBS News, Nuremberg, Germany.
Well, Japanese automakers Nissan and Honda are working to merge to form the world's third largest automaker. The two companies said they signed a memorandum of understanding on Monday to integrate their businesses. Nissan Alliance automaker Mitsubishi also agreed to join the talks. Now, the parties say Honda will initially lead the new management and retain the principles and brands of each company. Well, the Nordstrom family is taking its century-old department store chain private again with help from a Mexican retail group in a $6.25 billion deal. Shareholders can expect a payout of $24.25 for each share of Nordstrom common stock as of March 18th. And the Mega Millions jackpot is approaching a cool billion ahead of tonight's drawing. LottoReport.com says that's the largest jackpot for either of the two big multi-state lottery games, Powerball and Mega Millions, for the month of December. And maybe you'll get lucky and Santa will leave a ticket in your stocking tonight. Now that's it for Consumer Watch. Here's Chris with another look at your forecast.
Yeah, we're going to start with a look outside from our camera in downtown Pittsburgh, where we've got the rain still falling in some spots out there, and the roads are certainly wet. We also have some patchy fog, so a number of reasons to slow down this morning. Same from our the MoDOT camera, rather. 20th and Rangeline in Joplin, looking back to the east. You can see a little bit of that haze, a little bit of fog out there, wet roadways, and of course the rain still falling, which we can see on the Skywatch Storm Tracker right now, where it's continuing in our immediate area. It's lifting off to the east-northeast. If you look at some of the loop here, there's just a slight northeasterly turn to it, and it's just kind of spiraling and recycling out here just outside of Washington County. And then down to our south is where some of the heavier rain is along I-40. This activity is moving roughly due east at this point. Rain should come to an end from west to east as we head through the afternoon and into the evening hours. Could even see some briefly clear skies out in our northwestern counties, but overnight clouds retreat back to the northwest, and that'll leave us cloudy as we head into the overnight hours as well. Quick look at those temperatures. 49 in Joplin, 45 in Pittsburgh, and around the region again, the Highway 54 corridor, one of the cooler areas up here. We're in the low 40s. You start heading further south, start seeing some more mid to upper 40s as we kick off Christmas Eve day. It's almost time to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. We're going to do that in just a moment. Of course, we'll have another full look at your forecast, including travel, weather, and Christmas Day. But first, those folks in New York, they never sleep. We'll see what's happening on CBS Mornings.
I'm Vladimir Dutip. Coming up on CBS Mornings, Chris Van Cleve got one of the first rides in a fully autonomous Waymo car operating on the freeway. And we'll introduce you to the family combining step aerobics and hip hop that got the attention of some big-name Grammy winners. That's coming up on CBS Mornings.
All right, time for those Christmas Eve Tuesday birthdays, and we're going to start with Jasmine Sanchez Travis, celebrating number 18, says happy birthday, love mom, dad, and grandma.
And in Jasper, a happy 23rd birthday to Whitley Buchanan.
And in Pittsburgh, Emily Norris celebrating birthday number 27.
And also in Pittsburgh, Micah Omi celebrating birthday number 32. It says here, happy birthday from mom, dad, and Josh.
And Brittany Kinder celebrating birthday number 34. Says happy birthday, tons of love from Vato.
And in Columbus, a happy 82nd birthday to Larry Ketcher. Says happy birthday from the Fairland girls.
And Gary and Rhonda Hawkinson celebrating their 34th year of wedded bliss. A very happy anniversary to the Hawkinsons.
And in Crestline, a happy birthday to Brent Jesse.
And back to Columbus we go for Ted Garrison celebrating another year wiser. Happy birthday, Ted.
And continuing our list over in Jasper with a happy 54th birthday to Melissa Earl.
And we've got Kara Aldridge celebrating another year wiser.
Back in Columbus, a happy birthday to Kelsey Thomas.
Boy, the party is in the bus. A Shade Schuberger celebrating a birthday in Columbus as well.
And last but not least, Nancy Best, happy birthday.
All right, another great list of birthdays and anniversaries, and we celebrate them 5 days a week, giving you plenty of opportunities to celebrate your loved ones. And if you want to do so, what do they need to do, Elise?
Go ahead and submit those birthdays and anniversaries to birthdays@KOAMnewsnow.com. Be sure to include those wonderful photos, messages to meet the deadline that you see there at the bottom of your screen. That's certainly important. And it's also important to include the date of your celebration as well.
Certainly is, and it is also important to remember we have some patchy fog. You got to use your low beams, not your high beams. Fog lights if you've got them, and of course slow down. Watch out for slick spots too, because it's been raining. So the roads are wet, especially in the southern half of our area. Skywatch Storm Tracker live right now where the rain is. We're going to start our radar tour into southwestern Missouri. So now stretching up just to the south of Lamar, getting into parts of Lamar, Greenfield, down 49 through Carthage, Joplin, Neosho, Monette, Cassville, Pineville, Anderson. You kind of get the idea. If you are roughly, let's say, from 160 and south, it is raining in the Missouri on the Missouri side. Now off to Kansas, got a few showers in the southeastern corner of Chautauqua County, following 166 back through Coffeyville, just south of Oswego, getting into Columbus, Baxter Springs, Riverton. Got a little stray shower over Parsons right now, just exiting Pittsburgh, and we got this guy now on the northwest side of Independence. Then we go down to Oklahoma, and we've got rain all the way across. And you can take 60, and it's raining almost everywhere except Veneta along 60. We got rain in Bartlesville, a few stray showers in Newada. Dry in Veneta for now. Miami, you're still getting in on the rain as well. Grove, it's beginning to exit. You had some moderate rainfall actually earlier this morning, which we can show you on the radar loop here. You'll watch some of the heavier showers rolling through Delaware County, northwestern Arkansas. Got some heavier showers attempting to develop back here, and take a look. See how we've got some rain showers moving southwest, but the bulk of the activity in our immediate area is trying to lift to the east-northeast. It will continue to do so, and eventually, as we get into the afternoon and evening, showers will come to an end from west to east. Now, depending on how quickly they do so, could get some clear skies or mostly cloudy, partly cloudy skies even in our far northwestern counties. Maybe not before sunset, but at least you'll have some kind of clearing briefly before clouds retreat back northwest late this evening and overnight, giving the entire region cloudy skies. So Santa, it should be dry for his trip tonight, but he's going to need Rudolph's nose, because not only do we have the clouds, we also have patchy fog that's going to build in again. Now, we've got some fog out there this morning, and it looks to return late tonight into Christmas morning as well. A bit of a chilly start out there, upper 30s, low 40s. Cloudy skies throughout the day on Christmas, maybe a stray sprinkle or two. Otherwise, not looking too shabby. It could be worse. Unfortunately, though, it is not a white Christmas, and it is not going to be even cold enough for that. Rain chances holding off and then returning as we head into our Thursday across the area. Quick look at temperatures. We got the rain showers in Joplin, 48. Feels like 45 with the northeast breeze at 6, so the wind's a little more cooperative this morning. Again, the Highway 54 corridor is where some of the colder air has been all morning, hanging out in the low 40s, and then you get south of that point, and we start to get to mid to upper 40s. We have some low 40s outside of that zone, but for the most part, mid and upper 40s south of 54. Scattered showers through the morning. Temperatures very similar to yesterday. They are going to do a lot of hovering out there today, just into the upper 40s. Eventually, we're looking at highs anywhere from the upper 40s to some low 50s, averaging about 50 in the middle here. Rain again coming to a close later today. Northeast breeze 5 to 10 miles an hour. Overnight we go. Clouds thicken back up. We are cloudy. Temperatures drop slowly, but eventually back in the low to mid 40s. With those cloudy skies, perhaps some patchy fog. Again, if you are traveling up north, it is cold, but it is dry. 25 International Falls. We have rain on the west coast. Not bad in the desert southwest. Thunderstorms in the Dallas area. We head off to the south and east. Clouds in Miami, but near 80 degrees. And up in the New England states, clouds and some wintry precipitation as well. And then traveling locally, rain, I-44 from Oklahoma City to St. Louis, dry Kansas City, Omaha, Wichita, cold in Omaha, and rain showers stretching down into Little Rock as well. We're going to have one more look at your forecast, including the extended forecast for you. And when we switch over to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., a woman in Alaska is using holiday magic to turn her living room into a Christmas village.
Well, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Authorities in Joplin arrest Timothy Adams after a standoff yesterday in Joplin. Around 2 yesterday afternoon, they surrounded a home in the Fairview neighborhood. Gas was used to drive Adams and another woman from the home. He was wanted on felony warrants in Barton and Jasper County and also felony probation and a parole warrant. A single vehicle crash claims the life of a Pittsburgh high school senior, Nathan Brown. The crash happened yesterday evening on South Rouse near Adams Street. According to the Pittsburgh Fire Department, the vehicle driven by Brown was traveling north when it left the roadway and struck a tree, catching on fire. Fire crews extinguished the flames and confirmed that Brown was deceased at the scene. There were no other occupants with Nathan, and it's unknown why he left the road. Well, Bourbon County Commissioners approved some plans relating to the new Freeman Health System location in Fort Scott last night. The location will open by June 1st. Now, the county plans to donate some medical equipment to the hospital, and the ER location in an acute care hospital will be inside the Old Mercy building. And that's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And as you head out the door, rain showers out there, especially in the southern half of our area. Those will come to an end later this afternoon into the evening. Highs upper 40s, low 50s, and a northeast breeze 5 to 10. Clouds increase again overnight, and it will be cloudy, maybe even some patchy fog out there. Lows back into the low to mid 40s. For our Christmas Day, cloudy, maybe a stray sprinkle or two. Highs upper 40s, low 50s. Warmer into the weekend. Showers again Thursday, Friday. Then that cold front next week as we head into 2025. It's still a ways away, but something to keep an eye on. Next Thursday could be our first real taste of wintry weather in the 4 states.
How about that? All right, thanks. Well, coming up today at noon, we're making cherry bubble breakfast bake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. Ahead on CBS Mornings, Michelle Miller got her groove on at Club Cardio to meet the family, combining step aerobics and hip hop that got the attention of some big name Grammy winners.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, Rafi Andonian joins us in the studio to talk about the annual White House Christmas tree lighting.
And Charlene Patton also joins us in the studio with another incredibly good and healthy recipe in time for the holidays. Yes. However, it's going to wrap it up for us for now. Due to the Christmas stuff, we will not see you at 5 a.m. tomorrow. We'll see you at 6 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.